Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Grand Line Gaming. My name is Jason.
And my name is Steven.
And this is a very special episode.
Luffy's going to learn the danger of drugs.
Yes. We are going to be completing Kaizokumuso.
Alright.
So, yes. I guess let's just get to it.
Alright, so you're studying at what, level 15? So there's just 2 levels left.
Yeah.
And what levels they are.
Marineford.
Let's just say some S is going to go down.
Yeah. Very much. So, how have you been, Steven? Do anything new recently?
No, last week I was out in the Midwest for Mother's Day with my grandma. But other than that, I've basically been working. I have a super busy work schedule these days for some reason, these summer months. And so it's been pretty much nose at the grindstone whenever I'm not taking a break.
Gotcha.
As I'm sure several other members of the podcast can attest to as well.
Yeah, it just gets harder. Summers aren't like they used to be.
That's right.
Yeah.
No more summer vacation.
We are going to be doing the game ending, by the way. We are going to show you all its ridiculousness. Because
Yes.
the anime manga ending equates to just running around for a couple of minutes doing absolutely nothing.
Right. There's a very specific sequence of events that you need to bring about in order to get the original story ending. But as you will see, it's actually quite a bit more entertaining to do the game ending.
Yeah. Someone asked about importing games for the DS. The Nintendo DS is region free, but the Nintendo 3DS has a region block on it. So if you
Yes.
want to import like Gigant Battle or any of those, you're good. But if you want to like import the unlimited 3DS one, that's a no-go.
Yeah, I think there's also a little. If you're using the DSi, there's certain things like you can't get like the downloadable games from other regions or something like that. But if it's just a regular DS, that should be good.
Okay, yeah.
Good to go.
I don't know about the DS size. So yeah, Nintendo DS, you're fine. Anything else that has a number or a letter around the DS, not so much.
Buyer beware.
Buyer beware. So, I actually, not this weekend, last weekend, I actually got around to seeing for the first time The Dark Knight.
And
It was okay. It wasn't really anything special. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the Joker, yes, the Joker was great, all that. Was it as, like, oh my god, as everyone made it up to be? Not so much. I've seen those kind of crazy bank heist villains before in films before. This one, the one that... What kind of unique the Joker was there was a lot more grit to it. But, I don't know. As for the movie itself,
it looks good.
yeah. I mean, I didn't like the changing aspect ratios. I know everybody gets off on the whole IMAX scenes and everything, but in the Hong Kong scenes, they kept switching aspect ratios when they were inside the building and outside the building. So when watching the movie, you kind of had it like shrink out and in constantly as they switched back and forth.
Weird. I never noticed anything like that.
Plus, it seemed like there were a lot of things that just happened and there were no repercussions towards any of it. Like when Batman went into the Hong Kong building and the Hong Kong police saw Batman, there was no like, hey, this is an international security thing. Batman, this guy who's been in the U.S., because, they have the internet. They could figure shit out. There was nothing...
Everybody knows Batman.
Yeah, there was nothing that came back to it. There was like, basically he could do whatever the hell he wanted, and not have to worry about any consequences, because there were none. I also found the ending to be very stupid.
So there you have it.
Yeah. Well,
The Dark Knight. Two thumbs down.
I'll give it a 6.57 out of 10.
Which is a above average rating.
It's mediocre. It's mediocre.
Greg is not happy.
I mean, I don't know. I thought the ending was stupid. It's like, don't worry, we won't have to blame this guy at all. Everybody could blame me. Why not just pin it on the freaking Joker? Everybody knows he was batshit crazy. Everybody knows that he was a maniac that killed people. It was basically there just to move along the plot to set up the next movie. But you know what? I realized that opinions are no longer these things that people could generate on their own. And I will shut up now.
You're going to shut up because the game's about to start finally.
Oh yeah, I better pay attention.
God, listen to you talking over Marineford.
Oh.
How
Yeah.
dare you.
It has to do with justice, and we're talking about superhero movies. It relates. Yeah.
Once again, really awesome pre-rendered
Oh,
cutscene.
God. This scene is like one of my favorites, just with how the characters look. It's fantastic. It's pretty. Alright. So, we got a little bit more before I could actually start playing. So, I'll just mention it now. The poll for the next game that we play will remain open until, like, I guess Friday night. But we'll go into that a little bit more once we conclude.
That's right.
It's kind of funny just seeing time skip Luffy there.
Just a little bit.
Maybe that'll... Go ahead.
I do wonder what's up with that shirt that he has on. It basically looks like someone was pulling on his sleeves, and they're all poofy now. We've lost all the elasticity.
The game I did not want everybody to vote for on that poll, by the way, was Fighting for One Piece, which I think very few did, thankfully. But yeah. I like how they choose to animate only a certain part of the outfits in every, like, little thing. So it, like, looks all deformed.
It's like those really creepy movie gifs that one guy made, where it was like a frozen shot of some scene in a movie, but then like he just took one little aspect of the characters or one little animation and let that animate, and then everything else was static. It looks like that. I wish I knew what that guy's name was.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so I guess going back to movies really quick, I have my next movie screening this week.
What are you going to see?
Men in Black 3.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Let's see if it's worth $350 million.
Well, what I did see recently though was Dark Shadows, which was absolutely terrible.
That does not surprise me.
Yeah, it's kind of disappointing. It does no justice to the cult classic series.
Have you ever watched it? I'd never even heard of it until the movie started coming out.
Yeah. But no, it was like no plot. It was like all over the place with storytelling. It didn't leave much room for character development. It was bad. So yeah, here we're fighting Marines in areas surrounded by ice, and it's our favorite part of any game, platforming.
Oh boy, here we go. Right on the candy cane poles from the North Pole.
Right, alright. I'm just making sure I don't miss any treasure boxes, because I need that frickin' coin.
If you don't get Doflamingo's coin today, Jason, are you ever going to play this again? Or are you going to keep playing it until you get it, or is that going to be the game goes on the shelf, never to be touched again?
I will play it occasionally to try to get that coin. I don't think it's happening, though. I'm not that optimistic.
Well, with that attitude, you're not going to get it.
Yes, because I'm sure my attitude reflects what coins I get in the game.
It's a Zen sort of Buddhist thing. You'll only get it when you don't actually want it.
Yeah. No, I'm not. No.
From multiple desires.
The reason I'm not going to get it now is because I didn't like the Dark Knight. That's it. That's the reason right there. I don't know. So, any questions or comments from the chat?
Let's see. Not particularly, I guess. It is, today is the eclipse, which, of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, you missed it.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, yeah.
In fact, I think it's what, like, at least here on the West Coast, we're supposed to see it.
Right.
In like 2 hours or 2.5 hours, something like that.
Right. But, yeah.
Greg says it's happening in Japan right now, and he's inside watching us play One Piece.
We appreciate it. Yeah. Oh. Do you know I actually haven't played this game since the last time we did this segment?
That doesn't surprise me.
No.
Were you usually playing it in between?
Maybe like the first 3 episodes I was still, but... Yeah.
Yeah, I just haven't had time to play any games at all.
Hmm.
Now, who all in this level? You get a bunch of playing as different characters in this level, don't you? In like 2 or 3 segments, or is that the next one that I'm thinking of?
That I get to play. What do you mean?
Like Whitebeard and Hancock.
No, that's the next one.
The next one, okay.
That's the next one. Stop spoiling people.
Oh God. They didn't even know that they were at Marineford. Now it's been ruined.
Yeah. So how well do you think this game's going to do when it comes to stateside online-only digital download?
I don't think it's going to do that well, just because it depends on how they market it, but, that's kind of a niche means of distribution.
Right.
And, particularly being... an offshoot of the Dynasty Warriors, that means that there's, less, it's not something new or exciting that would garner attention from, people that had not heard of it before.
Right.
And so on. So I don't know. I guess if they're not dubbing it and it's going to be a pretty cheap, localization effort, in other words, they're not spending a whole lot, then maybe it won't, the sales results will be fine. But yeah, I don't know. I have a hard time imagining that it's going to do all that well.
Right.
I'm sure there definitely going to be plenty of One Piece fans that are excited for it, but that's only so many.
Yeah, I think they're showcasing it at E3 in a few weeks. Which is surprising. Okay. Who's going to want to download, honestly, a 7-gigabyte game on their hard drive that has limited space as it is?
Right, and it'll be, it'll be more than the, arcade pricing, obviously. I don't know. I don't think they've actually announced a price point yet, but...
No, I don't think they have either.
I would hope it's not 60, because then I don't think anyone's going to buy it, but...
right.
if they sell it for 40 or something like that, that would be all right, I guess. Yeah, someone asked, So for the inevitable Pirate Warriors 2, do you think we might see some of the 2-year training period stuff, since this game is told in flashback form, which I think is a cool idea, although I don't know, and I think they would probably have to do a lot of asset creation for some of, particularly for those locations that, you know, we only see them in,
Right.
you know, a few pages basically. But yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. It seems like a lot of effort, you know, particularly because you would be doing it for each of the different characters and stuff. But it would be a neat idea. I would enjoy seeing something like that for sure.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. But, I don't know. Are there any games you're excited for that are upcoming?
I don't know. It's not. This is a real kind of a dead period in the sales year for video games. So I'm not sure what's coming. Yeah, Greg just mentioned Dragon's Dogma. I'm interested in that. I'm not sure if I think it's going to be good, but I think it could be pretty cool. That's a big Capcom sort of RPG meets Monster Hunter type thing, which it certainly looks pretty. Let me see here. Let's see if I can find a little release calendar or something.
I mean, supposedly this upcoming week on Tuesday, the Doctor Who game's finally going to come out for the PlayStation Network.
Oh, of course. How could I forget?
Well, no, that's for me. But but I mean, they've delayed this game. Like, it was supposed to come out in March.
Uh-huh.
So
what kind of game is that supposed to be? Is it?
kind of like a platform side scroller kind of thing.
Huh.
3D side scroller.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, remember this in Marineford?
Oh yeah, you know when Luffy shot like a bird through all the closing doors. Who
Right.
could forget? Oh, Darksiders 2. When is that coming out soon? I thought that was delayed.
What?
Darksiders 2. People are mentioning Darksiders 2. Which is actually I never played the first one, but I keep hearing about how great it is. So I've definitely been meaning to check it out. I just don't have the time. But I think it's the first one is downloadable for a cheap price nowadays. August. Okay. So yeah, it's a little ways off. There were a couple games like, if my computer was good enough, I would probably get Diablo because I used to be all about Diablo back in the day. But my desktop is basically for work only. I'd have to outfit it with some pretty fancy specs and new video cards and all that.
Yeah. Hey, think this will be the Doflamingo coin?
Yes, I do, Jason. Great Karnak. I'm holding the envelope to my head right now. That's the Flamingo coin.
Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, God, I hate this platforming. Who thought this was a good idea?
Somebody did.
And now that I'm up here, I get to fight a bunch of people. Yay! So yeah. Obviously, the objectives are always beat the guys that turn red.
Someone says Oda. It was Oda's idea. I'm sure that's true. He was watching them. They were making this awesome game, and he was like, "Wait, no, why aren't there more platforms to jump on?" Oh, here we go. Cutscene time.
Yes. I like how Sengoku is like just a little panel in this whole nice cutscene.
Wow, something about my computer just set the fan off.
Oh well. So yes. So yeah, gotta now avoid falling fists of lava. Sorta. But you know what? I'm kind of too lazy to do that. Because what you have to do is you have to throw the ice on the lava bricks, but screw it.
Oh yeah, I hated this stuff.
I just run through it.
It's so slow to do, and there's so many, squares with the lava on it that if you were actually going to try to, to freeze all of them, it would take longer than you could actually do it. You just get through there.
Oops. Yeah, it's just like, just go for it. I kind of like how you have to pull yourself back and throw yourself with those. That's pretty fun. I think it encompasses how Luffy uses his power nicely into the platforming.
Yeah.
Alright. I hate anyone that throws, like, their kicks or anything.
Yeah. Especially because they tend to spam them. They'll use them multiple times in a row, and there's a very small window for you to get out of the way.
Those guys were supposed to stop attacking, and they decided to hit me anyways. That's not very nice. Oh, I'm supposed to go this way, that's right. Oops. For, that little treasure chest I don't need. Or may need. That's not very cool. I don't think I'm getting it, am I? No, it's done. Oh well, that was probably the darn coin that I needed too.
Yeah, they have a few spots in this level where if you don't get there quickly enough, you miss out on a chest. Alright, someone says, since the 15th anniversary of One Piece is the same weekend as Otakon, do you think Funimation is going to do special panels for it in Season 4 there? I don't know if they would do something specifically for the anniversary, but I would assume, if they're making good progress on Season 4, that they'll do something to advertise that, because it's still one of their big properties.
I hate you, Kizaru, so much. Kizaru in this game is the most annoying character, I think.
He is. Well, one of the problems, too, is that because of the way that the game is structured, like, you basically can't... I mean, you can specify a difficulty level, but you can't specify, like, the overall difficulty level of the stage that you choose to play. In other words, if you want to play Sabaudi, but you want to play it on easy version, you don't really have very many options to do that because, like Zoro's or Nami's version, if you play on their log,
right,
that's like the last level, and so it's the hardest, and so therefore you're facing Kizaru at his most powerful, and likewise you can't actually play the buggy level and have it be hard because it's always the first level of whoever has it, which it would be nice if you could alter stuff like that, just to at least make, if you're going to do a lot of grinding and replaying levels, at least you could have some variety there.
That did absolutely nothing because he was going to his second phase.
Yeah, Okiji's kind of a bastard too.
Yeah. Especially with all those freezing attacks.
Yeah.
That works sometimes. If you do your X dodge while he does that, it won't freeze you. But at least he doesn't, like, move when you press circle, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, anything else from the chat?
Greg is telling a story about having received an email to be on another One Piece trivia thing unrelated to Hokotate that was sent to his junk email or into, I don't know, is that a different email account or into your spam folder or something? Let's see what he says.
Yeah, wait, did he, like, miss the deadline or something?
It was sent on May 4th, so a few weeks ago.
Oh.
How did they get your email if it was a different account? Or why would they have that one instead of the one you use for regular business? They Google sucked him.
Ah. Alright, I gotta find health. That's not health. Yeah. So
Greg really just needs to like have Haruka be his manager and handle all of his TV appearances for him.
Right. Alright, he's almost done, thank God. And I'm almost done too.
Yeah, you're taking some heavy damage. Is this on normal or hard?
If it's what I think it's on hard. I'm not sure. Oop.
The worst part is when
Why
it
does
seems
it?
like you...
Why can't I do like the R2 move or whatever? Oh, this is not good at all. I am totally gonna lose right now.
The worst thing is when you're scuffling and you're not really making a whole lot of progress. Is it seems like it's twice as hard to get your special bar filled up so that you can actually utilize the moves that will get you out of trouble.
Oh my God.
It's quite a battle here.
Oh wow. Yeah.
It's just kind of a random punch that finally did the job.
Damn you, Kizaru.
Just blame him for that.
Oh yeah. Wow. I can't believe I actually was able to pull that off. That was pretty close.
That makes this cutscene seem that much more believable.
Except he's not wearing his time skip outfit anymore. Maybe it's like after that fight, you're not worthy enough to wear a time skip outfit.
Yeah.
He's just dangling there. Like a little rag doll. Alrighty. Wow. Alright, so I think that was the end of chapter 15, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. Because sometimes when a character is in their third part, a boss is... BS. Anyways, sometimes when a character's in the third part and you kind of like knock them out or make them dizzy, you could press R2 and kind of
Right.
kick their butt. Yeah. Nope. No coin.
Well, one more shot. I mean, I gotta open the window so this thing stops.
You know what? I should probably adjust my coin set so I have more punch and everything. Because it's going to be kind of hard when fighting Kizaru.
I'm gonna reshuffle your coins here.
Yeah, might as well, right?
Yeah, you could take off the liar skill because that just, that's coin value. That doesn't actually give you any benefits.
Actually, you know what? Maybe if I use Frankie here so I could up my health a little bit. Yeah. Let's see. What do I want? Do I want more health or do I want more attack? Let's go with attack. Attack's always a good thing, right?
Yep. They're all good.
Because Luffy's jackpot doesn't really do jack, right?
Well, it's not going to help you against the bosses.
Right.
It's only going to help you against the grunts, and those guys are easy anyways.
Alright. So yeah, for the... I guess it makes sense for the last episode I actually show what it is to adjust your coins, and how coins kind of reflect if you have more health, more strength, more defense. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, final chapter of Kaizoku Muso.
Here we go.
So far, the only time I got a game over throughout this whole thing is when I tried for that one coin, which was meaningless and didn't feel down. Oh well.
Yeah. You live and learn.
Yeah. So, I guess let's switch up the conversation a bit. What do you think they'll show at E3 this year? Because that's going to be in a few weeks as well.
Yeah, that's coming right up. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of... It's basically... We know that we're getting down to new console time, but I think the question is just, are they going to tease bits of them this year?
Sony and Microsoft said no new consoles this year.
Yeah, but I know that they've been sending out like dev kits for developers. So if it's not this year, I would assume we'll definitely be hearing about it over the next 12 months.
Yeah. We'll probably hear more on the Wii U.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Which Nintendo has to take full advantage of, because since it's only going to be like a little bit, maybe even it's close to a little bit better than the PS3 or 360.
Right.
They really have to sell it this year before
Yeah.
you have that next step up. But then again, do you think the next step up will be that much different than what we currently see?
I don't know. It's hard to say, because I think the PS3 and the Xbox 360 both got a huge bump just from the fact that HD TVs became commonplace, over this last generation, essentially the last 5 to 10 years.
Right.
And it's hard to say how much better that can be. And plus, just the more detail and the more textures and things like that you can do, that just means that it takes more and more money and effort to look better than the previous generation, because it's not like there's really very many hardware restrictions at this point. It's basically
Right.
just how much can you create and layer on top of one another and all the effects and things. And so, the best games, like the most expensive games, will probably look even better. But I think a lot of the mid and smaller teams, they're not going to be a huge increase in detail.
Right. Um.
So,
No, I
yeah.
agree. I mean, with the PS3, are they still? I don't even think they're using more than half the size of the game disc usually. Are they going to the dual layered Blu-rays, which get to the
I
50 gigabytes, or are they on the single layered still?
I believe they do use dual layer, but I don't think it's all that many of them.
Because I mean, you look at games that are downloadable on the PlayStation Network, and they're like 7, 8 gigabytes.
Right, at the most, yeah.
Yeah,
Lots of them are like 2 or 3.
yeah. It's like, how could they be using 25 gigs? How could they use be 50 gigs?
Right.
I like actually. I'm just gonna talk about the game a little. I like the music like right here, kind of like the comeuppance, like right before the final battle. But yeah.
Here we go. The final Muso stage.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, they have the big star, the five-pointed star
Yeah.
layout, which provides lots of different areas for you to clear out.
A lot of different places for you to Muso.
Yes. Particularly playing all the different versions of Marineford that are on the character logs are usually involves some different order of, there will be certain areas are locked off and you have to sort of carve a particular path through the level in order to open up the doors and get to the end.
Right.
And this has a fair amount of that as well, I think. Well, on this level, you actually, you'll switch off and use different characters at times.
As we will see pretty shortly, I believe.
Yeah. Which is a cool. Like, I really like that they added that to the game. These bits where you play as the other characters, because it gives you a taste of them, and what it's like to play as the other characters without actually having to stop the main story. It's a
Yeah.
good way to show off the range of the controls and stuff like that.
God, I haven't used Hancock in a while. This should be interesting. Oh yeah, we're watching the game. Okay. It helps to like level up the characters too, because then you could use other moves. Like it.
Now, have you figured out, does your level with that character actually carry over into these?
I believe so. Yes.
Hmm. That is interesting.
So it's kind of nice. So, for example, I could use my square, square, square triangle move.
Uh-huh. Let's see, Hancock furiously attacking Kuma's ass.
Oops. Alright, so now...
Yes, now the blocks move into place.
Mm-hmm. I get it. Oh god, that's gonna screw me up, isn't it? Let's skip the cutscene. I don't care what Seth Tomorrow has to say.
Yeah, that is really annoying, and I know we've mentioned it on previous installments, but the the little intro videos that you get when you cancel them.
Sometimes if you're beating someone and then they do it, what happens is they'll get their full health back. So if you're just kicking someone's
Fantastic.
butt,
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, sorry, no. At least I got one of the pacifistas.
Yeah, they are pretty tough, especially because you often fight two or three of them in a level, and often two at one time like this. You do some of that in Sabaudi as well.
Yeah. So, any questions from the chat or comments?
Not particularly.
Alright. Alright, and then that pacifista just kind of went away. So, Luffy uses hockey. That'll be pretty interesting in the next game to see how they implement hockey.
Yeah, if they do at all.
Right. It could be like another bar that just charges over time where you press R2 to like use hockey.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That's probably what it would be. It would, just be like his most powerful special or something.
Or just like its own little bar. Like,
Right.
you know how Brook has the music bar?
Yeah, that's true.
And now I could use Whitebeard. I like Whitebeard's super special. It's just like, alright, all of you on this field right now, go flying.
Yes. Yeah, Whitebeard's pretty fun to play.
And it's raining. Man, yeah. That's... There was no way out of that, was there?
Yeah, no. You walked right into it.
I know.
Someone asked, do you guys hope Lucci and Kaku have the same voice actors for Season 4 when they appear? Now, I'm guessing
the
that
dub.
when he says the same...
From Unlimited
Do-
Adventure.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Did Funimation, or did the, whatever the studio is...
Okatron.
provide the-
Okatron is
Okatron.
Associated with Funimation. Christopher Sabat does the
Right,
voices. I don't know, honestly. There's nobody I'm particularly attached to. I know we all hope for Frankie, and it seems likely that that's the case. As for Lucci and Kaku, or even Aokiji, I'm not sure. The one that I would like to see the same would be probably Spandam.
Because, I mean, there wasn't even really that much voice acting in Unlimited Adventure, was there?
No, it was just really Frankie that had a lot because he was part of the crew.
Yeah. I mean, it's the sort of thing, like, I'm sure they would probably take into account, who
Right.
who did which parts, and, like, did we feel like that worked? Is that person still around?
Yeah, what
are
their
they-
schedule is, too.
Right. But I doubt, it's the sort of thing where they have a better idea in mind. I don't think that, whoever played, the person in the dub of the Wii game that came out like 4 years ago is going to have any, effect on who they ultimately choose.
Right. I mean, then again, have they been other characters in the series, too?
Right.
That are, like, recent.
Yeah, I mean that even happens in Japan. You know, when
Right.
you had Yao played uh, what Mr. Two and Frankie and
Yeah.
maybe even some more. I don't remember.
And Django.
Right.
That's the one you were looking for. But I mean, it depends. I think they are. From what I heard, they're bringing in like a lot of new talent or other talent. So it'll be kind of cool to see what they go. And I have full faith in them. So yeah.
Yep. They know what they're doing.
They do know what they're doing, and the dub's been great so far. So I'm not gonna start downing now. Anything else?
Yeah, they also mentioned, do you guys know the Japanese voice actor of Sanji is the voice actor for Joey in Friends in Japan? I did not know that, but that does not surprise me in the least because, you know, one of the things, obviously, if you watch a lot of anime, you'll recognize the same actors, you know, in multiple shows, but they also do dubs for, you know, movies and TV shows and things like that. So, yes, you will see, you know, the same voices even in American shows, basically.
I mean, Sanji's voice actor also did Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean, but also Uso's voice actor Kappa Yamaguchi does Kyle in South Park, I believe. So
Yeah. I've actually seen the Japanese dub of South Park, which is pretty good. Also really good. Although they stopped dubbing it, was the Japanese dub of The Simpsons was amazing.
Yeah, didn't they?
So good.
Didn't Greg?
Yeah,
didn't
and they changed the cast for the movie, which was, you know, had all these like fan petitions that were angry about it because it was something to do with like because it's, you know, Fox. Something to do with like the movie division versus the TV or something like that. It was really weird.
You know what's pretty cool? On the Red Dwarf box set, they have the first episode dubbed in Japanese. So it'd be kind of interesting to watch that and see if I recognize any of the voices.
Yeah.
And yes, I am excited that Red Dwarf is coming back later this year.
But yeah, there's a whole world of Japanese dubs of American.
By the way,
and Western shows as well. I've seen Monty Python as well.
I love how they just animate like the Golden Fist. I think that's hilarious.
It's just a bodiless fist.
Yeah. There's no body anywhere. Even in like that long shot, there was like far shot. There's nothing.
It's just coming out the corner of the screen.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. So I guess we've talked about movies. We've talked a little bit about games. How about TV shows? Anything you're interested in?
Well, let's see. Season 3 of Community just finished, which I enjoy that.
I
show a lot.
gotta watch Community. It's on my to-do list. But
yeah.
I know tonight on PBS they're finishing season 2 of Sherlock. So,
yes.
So it'll get its Blu-ray release actually on Tuesday. So I'm picking that up for the commentaries.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. I know we've said it before, but if you haven't seen Sherlock, watch Sherlock. It's great.
I love that show so much.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see like any like the interviews or whatever they do.
Right.
But yeah, that should be fantastic. What else? I know they have a bunch of trailers now for some of the upcoming shows. So they actually have a trailer for the US version of Sherlock, which is called Elementary.
Now that wasn't actually an adaptation of the BBC. That was just like a new Sherlock Holmes series,
the
right?
backstory is CBS wanted to make a US version of Sherlock, and they were told no.
Yeah.
Thus,
it does seem kind of weird, like, you know.
Yeah.
You might as well it's all from the same source material, basically.
Right.
You might as
Well, the thing is, they're calling it elementary, and that term wasn't even used in the original source material. That was, like, just something from the movies. Like, Elementary, my dear, was not written in Conan Doyle's books, so...
Wow.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, it stars, what is his name? Jason Lee Miller, I think. And he played opposite of Benedict Cumberbatch, who plays Sherlock in the UK Sherlock,
Yes.
in the Frankenstein production they did.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just saw. I didn't actually watch the trailer, but I guess they're airing some recording of the stage version of that
Right.
Frankenstein.
Yeah. So there's that. Vegas looks like it may be good.
So what is that?
Vegas is kind of like 1960s place where Vegas was transforming to what it is now, and you got the mob and everything. So it should be fun. I like some of the period pieces with mobs. It's fun stories. But
Reminds you of your New York roots.
yes, thank you. But I don't know. Aside from that, there's not really anything. I think J.J. Abrams' new show looks like it's going to bomb just like Alcatraz. There's another person that I think is overrated that I'm not that big a fan on.
Mm.
I have a very unpopular opinion.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he definitely works with a lot of cool ideas, I think, and
Right.
he's done cool stuff. Like I like Star Trek a lot.
Yeah, I just think that him executing his ideas, especially towards the end, it doesn't really work out that well. Like, I don't like the endings to a lot of the things he does. And for me, that's part of storytelling, your ending.
Yeah,
And if you don't have that great of an ending, what good is it to be invested in something?
that's true. Yeah, I don't know. Most of the shows that I watch that are off right now, I don't think they start in the summer. They start sort of towards the fall. Like some of the comedies, like I really love Wilfred.
Oh, I want to see that. That's another
Wilfred
show.
is, Wilfred is great. They're starting up again in like July or August or something like that, and so is
Did you ever see the original?
Louis. Yeah, we watched a few episodes of the original. It is definitely a little bit different. I mean, the concept is the same, but the humor style is a bit different.
Okay.
The American version is definitely more sort of one-liner based, but it's really well written. It's really funny.
Right. Well, actually, speaking of things, I just remembered something movie news related. The final movie in the Three Flavors Cornetto has been announced.
Yes, yeah, that's right. They're working on the script now, or they're finalizing. The
Yeah,
script?
they're going to start. I think they're going to start in September. That's what I heard.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that should be really good. I love
Right.
Hot Fuzz and
yeah, I was just about to say, for people that don't know what we're talking about, Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead.
yes.
But also, you know what helps? See Spaced. There's a lot of space references throughout those things. Like a lot of guys that come back that were in Spaced.
for the actors and stuff.
Yeah, Space was a TV show also with Edgar Wright, Simon Pegg, Nick Frost. Yeah.
I've not seen that, but
Oh, it's awesome, dude.
Yeah. Let's see. So we're slowly making our way through this level.
Yeah, we're talking about stuff. We're having fun.
Yeah, that's right. Just want to make sure we weren't like skipping over anything.
Right. Oh god, now I gotta go back and get all these guys.
Now, normally at this point in the level, if you were trying to do the original ending, like you couldn't take over too many of these territories.
Right.
And obviously at this point, there's only 2 left on the bottom.
Well, they
But,
could still be taken over again.
Yeah, but you could only have like 3 that were blue or something like that. It had to be a dire situation where obviously you're kind of owning all these guys right now. So
Yeah. Let's see. Where is the last one that I need?
looks like he's down in the bottom right.
Bottom right? I don't know. There's a few of them. Which one's shining? The one on the bottom right. You're right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff coming out. Or that's been announced. I know they've announced the Avengers 2, which is kind of like a no shit.
Hey guys, think you should make another $1 billion movie? I don't know.
Yeah. It's easily the most fun I've had in a movie theater. I love that film. Oh yeah. It's Aokiji again. Here he should be easier at least.
It's not the final boss of the level. Oh no.
What?
He is not the final boss of the level.
Oh, come on. Will you die already? You know, what I like is when you're the support character, you don't have to fear anything. You don't have, like, because you can't get hurt with him.
Yeah, it's a nice, one of the benefits of using that.
See, I can't control this area. Because, since I beat Aokiji, it's saying, like, pretty much, hey, we won the battle, but we haven't won the war. So, yeah. Anything, else in the comments?
Let's see. Someone asks, I don't even know what this question means, but someone says, I wonder if Thanos is Avengers 2 or Iron Man 3 or Thor 2.
Oh, Thanos? Probably would be Avengers 2 or 3. I would think.
Is that a director or?
No. Bad guy.
Oh, okay. I see.
I like Greg's messages he keeps sending where the subject line appears on the screen.
Because he had stuff to do. He couldn't sit around and chat.
Right.
He had stuff to do, which apparently was to...
Play video games? Or...
Yeah, to send you messages.
Yeah. Alright, so now we get to fight Akainu.
You know, that's more BS with him standing well out of range and just
Right.
shooting fireballs all over the damn place.
Yep. I should have probably used my super special. Oh well. Oh, by the way, for those wondering what the heck the ice is for that's around this level,
Ah, yes.
you'll see in a bit. Luffy,
Another
out of the
battle
way!
gimmick.
There we go. Oh, Ace, you idiot.
It's time for Luffy to step in.
Well, Ace has to step in first. Hacha. Oh, dear, dear. So yeah, I don't know, anything... What other topics could we discuss that's totally not related to One Piece at
Yeah,
all?
that's completely inappropriate in the middle of this emotional scene here. So
I'm
I
craving
guess
barbecue.
barbecue. Okay.
I like how he did the little cough with no blood at all. It looks so retarded. It looks like he's a robot that's just malfunctioning. So what were you gonna say?
Not much.
Alright, so what I gotta do now is I have to take the ice and cool Akainu off a little bit.
Yes, yeah, it's similar to what you have to do.
Oh, now it's
against,
showing me what I have to do.
Yeah, it's similar to what you have to do against Magellan, where you know you basically have to use your crappy ass rubber power prompts, R2 prompts, to hit him and make him vulnerable, and you can run up and wail on him for a bit.
That had to hurt.
Which is pretty easy on this part, but then...
Here we go.
Dun, dun, dun.
Because, you know, you can't lose. Like, that would be funny for a video game. It would be so unique. You get to the final boss and you have to lose.
Yeah.
Oops. I started a little late.
Oh.
Yes, because, you know, fists against magma. Oh, look, he's shining. You could say he's sparking. Oh, dear. Here we go. We're gonna fight on a giant magma palm.
Yes. This is pretty much something right out of, what was that game? Asura's Wrath. Giant, giant fists and magma and things. It's out of Berserk, yes. That's right.
Boom.
Someone asks, how is Luffy not melting alive? It's
Because he's super fast. Look at that.
He's full of rage.
He's shining gold.
Super Saiyan. He's impervious to lava now.
Oh no. He closed his fist.
And now he's just flying. God, this is such bullshit.
I have my hypothesis. Boom.
I also like that in One Piece, you know, it's like in Dragon Ball Z.
This would make perfect sense.
The ultimate battles in Dragon Ball Z are always like guys shooting fireballs at each other, but in One Piece it's just dudes with giant fists punching their fists against each other.
By the way, I used Gear 3rd and I didn't turn little.
Huh. That's interesting.
Because in the cutscene he used Gear 3rd. I am beating you with Elephant Gun. You have no say in the matter.
He summoned a giant magma fist that you're running on top of, and you're also floating in the air, so I'm sure Luffy not shrinking after Gear 3rd is probably the least of the contextual errors that are going on in this.
Oh look, it's double-fisted. Oh. Come on, let me use the squareness. I want to do my button mashing of squares. Oh, look! This is totally DBZ-esque. Screw you!
So this is what happens. You strike down Ace and becomes more stronger than you can possibly imagine.
Screw you, Cannon!
Man, it's funny because I played this level once. I don't think I played it twice, because it's just the main story mode.
Right.
And I forgot how ridiculous it is.
Boom! Well, it gets even more ridiculous. He does like his victory pose with like giant hands. And look here, Ace is alive again. So what was that spirit? What the hell was that spirit behind him? I think Luffy just hallucinated the whole thing.
Yeah, seriously.
I think that's what it was. Luffy just...
He inhaled lots of magma fumes.
Yeah. He hallucinated the whole thing, and then Ace is like, wake the fuck up, I gotta tell you my last words. Let's go here. Oh, I'm sorry, this was sad. My bad. I can only think one thing right now. Luffy's time skip outfit. Come on.
Yeah, way to go. He switched back when Ace was transferring his soul back into his body.
I got it.
I like that they're basically just acting out a play right in the middle here. They just have this audience staring at them.
Yeah, they're in the middle of a war, but hey, let's all just stand around right now. Hey, look! I love it when it's like, hey, look, you can see that guy 3 times, orange dude 2 times.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry. Let's see, yellow guy's like 3 times right there.
They're triplets.
Yes. They all matched accordingly. Oh, they're fighting. They're fighting again. Oh, nope, they're standing around again. Yeah, no Marco. There was no Marco at all in this game.
It's because the game developers knew he was a total wuss.
Yeah. It's such a sad scene, even your computer's crying.
Yeah.
Oh well. It's not that bad. It's not like there's any blood or anything.
Yeah, he's not even bleeding. How long does it take to die?
Uh-oh. That smile was rendered nicely. Wow, as Ace died, so did your computer.
Yeah.
I like how they did the face faults for this, too. Just like, let's just stretch it ridiculously. That should be what it comes with every Luffy figure. Like, the face Luffy makes once Ace dies. Fuck you, I didn't get that coin. Oh well. I don't think I'm ever going to get it.
It's never gonna happen.
No.
You had a defective copy of the game. That's all it is.
Yeah, the coin's just missing from the game.
Yeah.
I could put the controller down as it goes through credits.
Ah, yes.
Credits. Alright, so let's see. No Oars Jr. either. So, final thoughts on the game, Steven?
It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I think it's definitely one of those games. Sort of what you see is what you get. And if you're not the kind of person who wants to, grind your character levels and get all the coins and stuff, there's really no reason to do that. You can enjoy the story and enjoy the levels and try out all the different characters, but there's not a whole lot after that. So, if you find that sort of accomplishment enjoyable, it's definitely gives you a lot of replay value, and if you don't really have to deal with much. You're not missing much after you've beaten the whole game. Yeah, it was cool, and it was the kind of thing that I always kind of wanted to see happen. It was a sort of a dream collaboration for me, and I think especially for a first effort, if they're going to improve on it, it was a pretty good first step. And I don't know how the general public will take this game when it does come out, but I think for most One Piece fans, this is a pretty good buy.
Yeah. Now, some game sites are, they're supposed to review these games. They're giving codes to download these games early to review it. If they enforce that, what kind of rating do you see this game getting from, like, game trailers or IGN or those kind of sites?
I don't know. I mean, it usually seems like Dynasty Warriors, like that, it usually gets around sevens, because it's always kind of the same thing. I think it's just one of those series that if you've played any of them, you already know what to expect by now. You either like it or you don't. And this game isn't, that does not break that mold really in any way. So it probably just comes down to how much you like Dynasty Warriors and if you're a One Piece fan or not. And obviously, if you're watching this, you probably are a One Piece fan.
Do you think the platforming will bring down the rating?
Probably. I mean, it's the weakest part of the game, definitely, and those kind of things will always get singled out when people review them.
Yeah. But I think graphics will get a good score at least, or at least it should. Because I mean, people may say, "Hey, it looks too cartoony," but those are people who don't bother to look at the original source.
Yeah, no. As far as like a graphical version of the One Piece style, the art style that we all know and love, like I think they did just an amazing job. Definitely full marks for the visuals of the game.
Oh, absolutely. I concur, sir. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I think it's given at this point that there's not going to be a dub.
Right.
Which is unfortunate, but oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what to play before Pirate Warriors 2?
Well, let's see. Now we've had the poll open for a week or so, right?
Right. And so far, you know what game's winning?
Is it Unlimited Adventure?
Unlimited Adventure is winning. So that means the next game we're going through is Unlimited Adventure, unless that changes before the poll closes on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And the second place option so far is the Grand Battle Series. And the goal for that is the first week play just Grand Battle 1 for an hour, second week Grand Battle 2, third week Grand Battle 3, and fourth week Grand Battle Rush, and just kind of like compare them all.
Yeah, that would be interesting to me because I think I don't even know if I played because they wasn't the one that they released on the PS2 and the GameCube in the United States like a modified version of one of those games. Like it wasn't an actual.
Yeah, it was a modified version of Rush. I didn't get it, but
okay. So I really haven't seen any of them yet.
Right, and then also I think third place was Round the Land.
Okay.
Which
well, you have been talking it up. I haven't seen it yet, so I would be curious about that at some point.
Well, I don't know if I think Round the Land may be the least known aside from the RPGs.
Right.
Just because it is that like 2D, 3D side scroller game
Yeah, kind of like Tamba and Klonoa. It's a kind of a niche style.
Right. So yeah, but it'll be fun. We'll see what happens.
Hmm.
As
Now if we do play Unlimited Adventure, how would you suggest? Because that's obviously a game that has some sort of grindy requirements. You know, you need to get the right amounts of things to unlock the next areas and things like that.
well, what'll happen is we're only doing the main story. We're not gonna be
Right.
like, hey, let's find like this secret person and get all the bugs and 100% this thing. We're gonna do like
Yeah.
we did for Kaizokumuso and just go through what's necessary to get to the beginning to the end of the game.
Right.
Now, if we're stuck somewhere where it's like, hey, I gotta get 50 of these bugs or whatnot,
We need 3 golden butterflies.
yeah, 3 golden butterflies or whatnot, it'll either be, hey, we'll have a lot of open discussion for the
Right.
next one, or I'll just do a little in-between stuff where it's like, if I have time during the week to grind, I'll
Right.
grind a little bit.
Get the things that you need so that when we start the stream, you know, you'll be ready to go on to the next area and
That's
stuff like that.
if I have time.
Right. Right.
Yeah. But remember, Unlimited Adventure will be dubbed actually because I have
That's
the
true.
US version for that one.
Hmm.
Which is what I think was the first thing that Funimation dubbed too, or a lot of people dubbed first, was the game. I know, it was weird how they went about dubbing stuff, but they had to get a lot of stuff approved, I know, for the game. And I think then it was either season 3 or
So was
the-
that really was that right around the time that Funimation actually first got the
Yeah.
One Piece license? Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that long ago.
I mean, even in Unlimited Adventure, Smoker's cigars were edited out because I think originally they were getting it ready for 4Kids,
Ah,
and then it kind of switched. Unless they just edited for the sake of whatever Nintendo's game rating is. But like
Yeah.
cigars are missing.
well, even in this game, you
smoking.
didn't have.
Well, yeah, I mean, but the thing is, the cigars and smoking was originally in the Japanese version.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, here it
Oh,
was.
I didn't know that.
Here it was just not present at all.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah. So, anyways, Kaizokumuso.
Yep.
Ah,
Saw the whole thing.
yep, we went through the whole thing. To do these 2 chapters was like about an hour and a half, including the
Yeah.
credits.
Right. Lots of credits.
Yeah.
Lots of movie scenes.
Hmm.
Here goes my computer again.
Yeah. Oh well. But no, I'm excited for Pirate Warriors 2. I kind of hope for a little less platforming, or at least just the platforming that makes sense.
Yeah, if they could, tweak it a bit, tighten it up, make it
Yeah.
control better and not seem as arbitrary, then.
Because I could just imagine that action stage for climbing Giant Jack. Like
Yeah,
R2,
like,
square,
that'd be
like
cool.
keep grabbing the leaves kind of thing is how.
Right.
That's how that's gonna unfold.
That's like what it should be, like memorable stuff from the series,
Right.
not just like, oh, hey, we added some candy cane poles over here, we put some flashing lights in Water 7, now you have to jump around them.
Yeah, we made Water 7 like a casino.
Right.
Alright, and here's our final little scene that we get after the credits.
Where they're all eating shawarma.
Where they're all eating shawarma, yes. I could just see that, like, Luffy, Zoro, Sanji just sitting around eating shawarma on Sunny. That's what this scene actually should have been. That's the secret scene of this.
Yeah.
I like how it says go to New World as well. Meaning,
Yeah, that's cool.
Meaning, hey, the next game, if this does well, we'll go to New World. And it did do well. It's closing in on, what, 1 million?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Which, for Japan, that's huge. That's like, Nintendo Pokemon, Zelda, Mario type numbers.
Yes. So, any final questions that relate to Kaiser Kumiso before we close the book on this one?
Yes, that's right. Got to get him in now.
Yes. I mean, overall, like let's break it down like what we usually see with reviews. I think graphics, it's very beautiful graphic
Yeah.
wise. The colors are very vibrant. It's very nice to look at.
Yes.
I thought the sound was excellent as well. I thought the music, for new music, it did kind of encompass that One Piece feel while kind of putting in some rockish element for Dynasty Warriors-esque.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I would agree with that. I didn't really listen to the music all that much. I usually kept the sound down as I was playing, especially, because you're doing the same things so often that, you get fatigued from listening to the voices and all. But obviously it has, the full cast from the anime, so that they obviously do a great job.
Yeah.
And,
I mean,
yeah.
gameplay, what do you think of just the gameplay mechanics?
It's Dynasty Warriors, which
Right.
I realize that isn't really saying good or bad, but it's it does fine once you get used to it and once you know how to deal with things like the camera and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The fighting is fun. Doing all the character moves, which I've said over and over again, like the way that each of the characters play is slightly different, and it's kind of fun to get good with them and learn their combos and things. They did a good job with that.
I agree. No,
Yeah.
I agree. I think it was great. I think, that they had it was very, what I like about One Piece is that the characters have a very wide range of different ways to fight, and the game encompassed that pretty much.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no two characters kind of played the same. I
Yeah.
mean, you would sometimes see clones, like, for example, how Jinbei fought a little bit, you would see in Sentomaru, but Sentomaru wasn't really playable, so the mechanics for the characters you were controlling were all different for each one.
Mhm.
So I thought they were very solid with that, and I always prefer a few characters rather than like hey, let's have 100 characters where half of them fight the same.
Right. Right.
It's like like at least 50% is throwaway, then another 50% is just like similar with a little tweak. It's ridiculous in that aspect. I think overall, though, I would give this game probably like a 8.5, 9, but that could just be from my One Piece fandom though.
Well, hey, a review is a subjective opinion of your opinion
Right,
of the
right,
game.
right, right. Yes, that doesn't seem to be the case in some regards, but see earlier in this episode. Steven, how about you? Overall, final.
Overall, yeah, I would say between an 8 and a 9. That's probably that would express how much I enjoyed it. And that's I'm speaking on a strict scale from 1 to 10, where a 5 would be average. Like,
Right.
it was okay. It wasn't that bad. I had a lot of fun with it, and there definitely are warts. I'm not gonna try to oversell it, but no, it was right up my alley. I enjoyed it a lot.
So,
Good
guys,
times.
if you have the PS3 and you're in the United States or in Europe, November, Pirate Warriors will be coming out. In the US, it's going to be digital only, but I believe in Europe, it's going to also have a retail copy.
Correct.
So, feel free to pick that up. Please do. Show your support, especially in the US, because like Unlimited Adventure, if it doesn't sell well, chances are we're not going to see another One Piece game for a long time.
Yep.
So, I guess that wraps up Grand Line Gaming for Kaizoku Muso. And unless anything changes, our next game will be Unlimited Adventure. So, until next time, my name is Jason.
And my name is Steven.
Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.